Jeff Fischel here along with the Commissioner of the ACC, John Swofford. And John, over the last couple of days, you've set up the conference long-term for the ACC Tournament. Also, it speaks a lot to the future of the conference as well, both in New York now, back in Carolina for a couple of years.
Well, I think it really does. I'm really pleased with our schools because they came to this rotation in unanimous fashion. They recognize the history and tradition of the league and how Charlotte and Greensboro have had so much to do with building the tournament and building basketball in the Atlantic Coast Conference. And yet the schools that have been here for a good while recognized and appreciated the new schools and their perspective and the opportunities that are there in front of us as a 15-member league that we didn't have before, such as going into New York with our tournament. And our coaches and athletic directors, I think, really understood the need to blend the history and tradition with the new opportunities, and I think they've done that really, really well.
Touched on a little bit at the press conference. There's also a sense that perhaps this makes some fans here in the heartbeat of the ACC happy to hear that the conference tournament is going to be back here in a few years.
Well, I think it probably did. That's one of the reasons that we wanted to move quickly. And you know, I think the New York announcement made some people a little nervous here in North Carolina, and consequently we wanted to turn that around quickly and give that assurance. And the only way to do that is to make the announcement that you know, the North Carolina venues are in the rotation and will be in the rotation and are still very, very important to this league.
Now, you said something interesting. You said in the past you've had up to 10 years out, gotten this done, but you're still learning some things about what it means to be a 15-school conference.
Well, we are, and we think we've already learned a lot. We think we've made good decisions on how to be the best 15-member conference we can be, but at the same time, you can make those decisions, but until you really experience the reality of the decisions that you make, you don't 100% know. As confident as we are, you know, there's usually some unintended consequences about things or things behind the curtain you didn't think about that show their face, and so we want to move, and we want to move confidently and you know, fairly quickly, but we don't want to move too quickly. So we felt like 6 years out was about as far as we needed to go right now.
Now, with the Charlotte Bobcats' future to be Charlotte Hornets hosting in 2019, that means Michael Jordan has a relationship with the ACC Conference Tournament, you know, which brings back great memories for you from your days as athletic director at North Carolina.
Well, it really does. It's been fun having some conversation with Michael during this process because I don't see him a whole lot. Michael came in as a freshman at North Carolina in my second year as athletic director at North Carolina, so it's good to be able to see him. In fact, I asked him about maybe being here today, and he said, "Mr. Swofford, I have twins now, and they're 8 weeks old, and I need to go see them." So that's certainly understandable and a terrific thing for Michael in his life. But yeah, it's good to have someone in high places in Charlotte with the facility and with the Bobcats that actually played in this tournament and contributed so much to the Atlantic Coast Conference.
All right, now last thing, Virginia plays tomorrow night. I know when I spoke to you at the BCS National Title game, you acknowledged you were going to do it. You were doing tomahawk chops for Florida State. Are we going to get a wahoo-ah or something from you for the Cavs for this weekend?
Well, definitely. They, you know, my first job was at the University of Virginia. So I learned the wahoo-wah a long time ago, and hopefully they'll continue to play as they have been playing because they certainly have been playing really, really well. It's great to see them have the outstanding year that they've had.
All right, Commissioner Swofford, really appreciate it. 2019 ACC Tournament will be in Charlotte, 2020 back here in Greensboro. I'm Jeff Fischel with the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.